Hello, my beautiful souls. Thank you so much for joining me for the daily read for Monday, October 17th, 2022. I hope you're doing well. Let's start pulling from the wisdom deck. Oh, do keep in mind, per usual, this is general, if I could speak, for all 12 signs for the day. So just take what resonates. What do we have for Monday? For Monday, ooh, that's it, a flip. We have milk and honey. I'm hearing reaping the rewards. Reaping the rewards. It's a day where you're seeing oneself quite happy due to what you're wrapping oneself up in, right? Recognizing or remembering you have a choice in regards to what you actually put your energy and resources towards, right? Remembering your time is valuable. But I just feel like you're seeing rewards come in, you're seeing progress take place, you're seeing oneself succeeding due to the efforts you've been putting forth recently and are throughout this day. I'm also now hearing you're being watched over, or it feels like you are. Can you see this sort of angel or godlike face in the sky there? I do sense that there's a focus on what you're consuming throughout this day as well, as I'm being drawn to naturally the milk and the honey aspect of this card. I do sense that you're being pushed to recognize you're making better choices to an extent in regards to what you're consuming, but we can still tweak it a bit, right? To make sure that you're the healthiest version of oneself, all right? But I do sense that there's going to be one moment in the day where you're either thinking about what you left behind in the past, and or you're thinking about how you need to up and shift to migrate to a new location for better energy, or just for a level of peace, right, and comfort, or simply just to clear one's mind. Even if that's simply to go for a stroll, but for some it's to find a place to escape to for the time being, temporarily. And we also have new life coming out, okay? But there's an underlying focus on the fact that you're going to be going the distance, okay, with whatever you've been putting your energy and resources towards, or with a goal that you have recently or just are about to set into place, okay? As I lose my voice, I do feel like there's a focus on you speaking up individually, okay, getting your voice out there, potentially more than one way for some. But there's a key you're going to be offered in the future, even if that's just figurative, as I'm drawn to this key right here. But there's an underlying focus on your loyal heart, okay? Regardless of what sign you are individually, you do have a big heart in certain ways, or in all ways. And that's going to come through in the words you speak, the messages you get out there, the people you communicate to or with, in the work you produce and develop, okay? Your creations speak for themselves is what I'm getting. But there's a focus on your new life, right? A new version of you, given you've been changing recently. And I do feel as if for some, this new life began recently, right? For others, it's more so you setting goals into place or working towards them to sort of move towards, or just in general, move towards this new life. However it works for you, I sense that regardless, you're changing, developing as a soul, as an individual. And so there's a focus on how you need to embrace new habits all the meanwhile, in the midst of which, okay? To prepare for, just to embrace the best of this new life for oneself, okay? They want a Kipper card. What else do we have for Monday? For Monday, I'm hearing somebody loves you. So there's going to be multiple people, especially one in they're highlighting, that's thinking about you at a distance, missing you, or just longing for your cuddle, or just your caring nature with them in their physical reality. But I do sense that you're being viewed in a very feminine light throughout this day, but in a positive way, okay? I don't know why they came out in that manner. They're pushing me to add up 5 and 1. So the number 6, spiritually speaking, upon this Monday. But you're being viewed in a very feminine light, male or female, and that's a beautiful thing, okay? Kind of a privileged, high honored light, where you are the main individual with a business, at a job, or at least being viewed in that sense, or in a home situation. Whichever it ends up being for you, it could be more than one situation. People are, again, honoring you, respecting you, looking up to you in certain ways, even if it's not voiced. But there's a focus on courtship, okay? Whether you wish to court somebody, take care of somebody else, or hoping that somebody else swoops in and does that for you, or just steps it up in that sense. I do sense that you're going to gain satisfaction in that category moving forward, but it's a day where you just maybe need to put in a little bit of effort elsewhere. But I just sense that this is at least on your mind, to say the very least, while you're working or cleaning up around the house, migrating around. Okay, Spirit just said something really funky to me. Anyways, but there is slight concern rolling around in one's head, whether that's in regards to your finances, your career future, the future of a connection or lack thereof which in your life. However this ends up working for you, for some it could be more than one concern. A need to quiet one's mind is what Spirit's saying, all right? The number 33 coming into play. There's success for you in whatever you're contemplating to a bit of a concerned extent. Let's pull from this deck. So did you just hear or see how I was just tapping? Okay, ooh, look at this. I'm pulling all these out for a reason. So you may be feeling a little bit burnt out, a little bit stressed in certain ways. You could be stressing yourself out, but these three feel quite relevant. I just actually posted a TikTok about a wish fulfillment in love. So I've actually been having a lot of fun posting on my TikTok page. So definitely check that out if you haven't already. It's bringing out a different side of me. Anyways, so I do sense that you're kind of feeling on stage, very much noticed throughout this day, feeling like people are seeing you as an entertainer or just somebody who has a lot to say, very opinionated, a little bit goofy to an extent, hence why my TikToks were brought up. But I do feel as if there's connections taking a highlight due to the attention you're getting, due to the spotlight being shined down upon you, even if you do get a little bit nervous in the midst of which it feels like that's relatable, okay? It's likable all the meanwhile, and you'll sort of perfect it in its own imperfect kind of way in the end, before you release it or before the end of a conversation. Does that make sense? But I do feel as if there's one, if not multiple, wish fulfillments that you are being reminded lie on the horizon in the category of love, friendship, family, you name it, okay? People respect you. This is the deck we're going to use, and let's pull some tarot. Ugh. Okay, so yeah, I feel as if the struggle could be a little bit real at certain points. You get a little bit frustrated, but you laugh it off, or you just kind of move forward. Make the best out of your struggles. I feel as if it's not as real as it once was or could be. They're saying milk and honey, don't forget. Two of Pentacles, all right? Two of Pentacles is a bit of a balancing act you're going through. It's this vibe where, once again, you could feel like you're putting on a bit of a show or just showing off in certain ways, impressing people all the meanwhile, making people chuckle potentially. They're saying I love that word. But anyways, I do feel as if you are being reminded a ship is coming in, okay? And if you think about it, there's a lot that you're experiencing reward-wise due to all of the contemplation you've been going through, the work you've been putting forth. I do sense that there's a need to focus on the light that's shining in upon you, as in being drawn to the light that intensely is on that window or coming through that window. I also do feel like nature is coming into play, plants, stuff of that nature. Now, I do sense that there's something achieved when you're in a chair. Okay, interesting. As awkward or as weird as that sounds for a message to come through, it's happening for a reason. Keywording. I do sense that you may feel a little bit trapped or just limited in a situation at a certain point, or just uneasy. Again, going back to what we were saying before, just shift to another location if need be temporarily. But I do sense that there's clarification coming in, new understanding, okay? A better understanding of who you're becoming in this lifetime, what you're meant to achieve next, what sort of is meant to develop to an extent or fully moving forward, and how you're meant to better connect with certain people, even if you haven't met them yet, okay? I just feel like your way of connecting with people is taking a highlight because it's very different in comparison to the old versions of you, right? Where you're more effective and better at adapting and understanding people. And I just feel like that's going to benefit you moving forward. And Spirit's saying you're ready to meet somebody new, whether that's a friend, that could be just an acquaintance, a new love potential, a potential for love, whatever. The High Priestess, very spiritually connected kind of day for the majority drawn to this reading. At the very least, there's a push to remember that your intuition, as they see 1010 and 1011, those angel numbers heavily speak upon the abundance flowing in throughout this day and surrounding it. But once again, there's at the very least a push to recognize how accurate your intuition is. So make sure you're trusting it to the fullest extent, especially in moments of slight or full concern, okay? And allow for yourself to recognize that you deserve what's flowing in at this time. And I do sense that there's a reminder that you are in control, okay? Even if it feels like Spirit is more so at times, or it's not fully there in a situation, but it's a reminder to a certain extent, okay? Or there are certain reminders throughout the day that you are manifesting a ton once again, okay? I know that comes up in these readings a lot, but that reminder needs to come through because you can't get your mind off of something you don't have or you're concerned about once again. But I do sense that there's this vibe where things are changing beautifully, okay? They're saying again, co-creating. It all connects to the feeling that your life is changing for the better. As you change, you develop in a beautiful way, all right? It's a day to succeed is what they're saying. So I hope this was truly helpful. I am sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your Monday, and I'll see you next time.